Thank you, Mr. Farrell. My husband tells me you're a great believer in luck.
We make our own luck, Johnny and I.
I'll have to try that sometime.
Lights, camera, action. But how much of that action was meant to stay off camera? When did Hollywood's golden age actually become a golden excuse for golden scandals? And are you going to be surprised by these stars working harder off-screen than on-screen? Well, curious to find out who those females are? Then without any further delay, let's dive into the list of 20 worst nymphomaniacs from the Hollywood Golden Age. Number 20, Barbara Lamar. What happens when a Hollywood star lives life faster than the movie she stars in? Barbara was actually a brief film star who burned brightly but only for a short period. Born with stunning looks, she came to be known as the girl who was too beautiful. Her life was like a whirlwind, always moving and always really exciting. She believed sleep was a waste of time and preferred spending her nights at Hollywood glam parties. Barbara was married multiple times, though some of these marriages were kept hidden. Sadly, her wild lifestyle came with a price. By age 29, she had passed away, with rumors suggesting that her extreme living contributed to her health challenges. Number 19, Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford was more than just a talented actress. She was a woman who navigated the complex entertainment industry of her time with impressive determination.
Miss Crawford, we don't want any hard feelings.
You don't know what hard feelings are until I come out publicly against your product, and you'll see how much you sell.
Her career extended for decades, and she became known for her acting skills and her complex personal life that often made the headlines. Her relationships and personal choices were constantly under scrutiny, but she remained unapologetic about living life on her terms. Crawford challenged Hollywood's expectations, working her way through challenging times and maintaining her relevance in an industry that could quickly forget its stars. Number 18, Rita Hayworth. What secrets lie behind the smile of a Hollywood goddess? Rita Hayworth was like a pretty puzzle with many hidden pieces. On screen, she was the ultimate glamour girl, famous for her role in Glinda.
Thank you, Mr. Farrell. My husband tells me you're a great believer in luck.
We make our own luck, Johnny and I.
I'll have to try that sometime. I'll try it right now. Tell him to come to dinner with us tonight, Ballard.
It's an order.
But what's she like off screen? She was super shy. Can you imagine being known as a confident movie star while feeling nervous inside? Rita had 5 marriages, but still struggled to find real love. She often felt like men only saw her as a sex goddess and not a human being. Her life was a mix of Hollywood sparkle and deep personal pain. She battled alcoholism and felt used by the entertainment world. Number 17, Marion Davies. What happens when love becomes more complicated than a Hollywood movie script? That was Marion Davies' reality. She was famous for her long-term relationship with newspaper tycoon William Randolph Hearst. But here's the twist. She was also rumored to have secret affairs with other Hollywood stars like Charlie Chaplin. Marion got caught in a complicated love triangle that everyone in town couldn't stop discussing about.
You're blushing.
Am not.
R2.
Am not.
R2, I can see it, even in the dark.
Some saw her just as a mistress, but she was also a talented comedian and actress. Her relationship with Hearst was pretty loyal, but full of gossips and jealousy. Doesn't this seem like trying to build a career while everyone was obsessed with your personal life? Number 16, Louise Brooks. Do you know what happens when someone refuses to follow the rules everyone else accepts? Louise Brooks was like the total rebel of Hollywood's silent film era. She didn't care what people thought about her. While most actresses tried to look perfect and innocent, Louise was proud of her relationships and experiences. She openly talked about her affairs with both men and women at a time when that was super judgmental and risky. She rejected Hollywood's attempts to make her look like a good girl and instead lived life on her own terms. She was a storyteller who believed in being true to herself, no matter what society said. Number 15, Frances Farmer. What happens when the world isn't ready for a strong-willed woman? This is the heartbreaking story of Frances Farmer, a Hollywood star whose life took an unexpected and painful turn. Born in 1913, Frances Farmer was a popular actress with incredible talent and a fierce sexual personality.
Then you've been observing me with him.
Yes.
Were you not jealous?
Jealous? One has to be in love to be jealous.
You haven't answered my question.
But in an era when women were expected to be quiet and obedient, she wasn't one. She spoke about her sexual relationship openly, challenged authority, and refused to be controlled by Hollywood's strict rules. Sounds brave, right? But bravery doesn't always protect you. Her troubles began with a drunk driving arrest, which might seem like a small mistake. But in Hollywood, one mistake could destroy literally everything. The media turned against her, and her own family seemed to abandon her. In a shocking turn of events, she was declared mentally incompetent and forced into a psychiatric institution.
So much had happened to me as when I became first successful as an actress. Many agonizing decisions arose that I had to make, and I just wasn't mature enough and didn't have time enough to be able to make them without time and peace to think, and I didn't have it, and I had a nervous breakdown.
Number 14, Ava Gardner. Let's see the story of a small-town girl who became Hollywood's most talked-about woman. Ava Gardner wasn't just beautiful, but she was a force of nature. Growing up in a tiny farming community, she had dreams bigger than her hometown could ever handle. With looks that could stop traffic and a personality that could burn bright, Garner became the dream girl of Hollywood. Her marriages were like roller coasters, which were exciting, unpredictable, and sometimes scary. Mickey Rooney, Artie Shaw, and Frank Sinatra were just a few of the famous men who fell for her charm. But here's the twist. Garner didn't play by anyone's rules. She famously said she liked her whiskey old and her men young. Can you imagine saying something like that back then? The press called her a nymphomaniac, but she didn't care at all. She lived a life filled with breaking hearts and breaking rules, becoming a legend that people would talk about for generations. Tired of expensive, low-effort scriptwriters for your YouTube channel? Autoscripter.ai is the ultimate solution. Say goodbye to low-quality, poorly retention amateur scripts that fail to generate thousands of views for your channel. At a fraction of the cost, Autoscripter.ai helps your videos go viral. In just 3 steps, Autoscripter.ai creates a polished script tailored to your needs. Just input your title concept, select your tone and style. The intuitive interface makes editing and refining effortless, fast, smart, and trusted by hundreds of satisfied users who have already discovered the amazing tool. Start your free trial today and watch Autoscripter.ai transform your YouTube channel. Just click the link in the video description below now. Number 13, Sophia Loren. What do you think it takes to become an international superstar when you start with nothing? Well, born in 1934, Sophia wasn't just another pretty face. She was a powerhouse of talent, charisma, and true determination. Growing up in Italy during tough times, she had to fight for every opportunity. Her film career began in the 1950s, and she quickly became more than just an actress.
Yeah, it worries me sick. Because I can feel myself just slipping right into community property. Hey, why don't you go inside? You know, you're driving me nuts.
It's a free country.
Oh, she's beautiful, you know that?
She was a cultural icon who represented strong, confident women. With her deep brown eyes, radiant smile, and perfect curves, she attracted the hearts of men worldwide. But Sophia was more than just her looks, as she was an incredible actress who won 2 Oscar awards. Movies like Two Women and Yesterday, Today, and Tomorrow showcased her incredible range. She wasn't just acting, but she was telling stories that touched people's hearts. Sophia broke barriers, showing the world that an actress from a small Italian town could actually become a global sensation. Number 12, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe looked like a dream. She was blonde, beautiful, and had a smile that attracted a lot of men. But behind that perfect image was a real person struggling to be understood.
They told me you were stupid. You don't sound stupid to me.
I can be smart when it's important, but most men don't like it.
Just think of being loved by millions but feeling completely alone.
Marilyn, why did you walk away from me? Why did you want to leave me?
Because I can't trust myself with you.
Her marriages to Joe DiMaggio and Arthur Miller were like complex puzzles, and the rumors about her relationships with President Kennedy and his brother were whispered everywhere. But here's the heartbreaking truth. Monroe was searching for something money and fame couldn't buy her, which was real love and acceptance. She was more than just a sex symbol. She was a sensitive soul trapped in a world that only wanted to see her body, not her heart. Her tragic death at just 36 years old left everyone wondering what could have been.
Crowds of the curious are held back at a respectful distance from the private funeral that Joe DiMaggio and others arranged for Marilyn Monroe. After services in the chapel of Westwood Memorial Cemetery, in which eulogies and passages from the scripture were read, the casket is placed in the hearse to be taken to a crypt on the nearby corridor of memories.
Number 11, Jayne Mansfield. What happens when fame becomes more addictive than anything else? A woman who lived her entire life in the spotlight, using her beauty as both a weapon and a shield. Jayne Mansfield was more than just Marilyn Monroe's rival, but she was a force of nature. Known for her sexual figure and personality, she was deeply embedded in the Playboy world. Her marriages broke because of numerous affairs, and her sex appeal was both her greatest asset and her most challenging burden.
You're presented as a symbol of sex appeal. Now, I wonder if you care to define that phrase, sex appeal.
Sex appeal is a wonderful, warm, womanly, healthy feeling. If you're a woman, it's womanly. If you're not, it's manly.
Rumors suggested relationships with high-status men, including John F. Kennedy. Mansfield's entire persona was built around being a sexual icon, constantly seeking attention and validation. Her tragic death in a car accident at just 34 cut short a life that was as scandalous as it was glamorous. Number 10, Lana Turner. Lana Turner's life read like an instant Hollywood drama. Born in 1921, she was then a film icon, as she was a woman who lived her life with passion, drama, and an ultimate desire for love.
Tom, this is the nicest time I ever had.
You said that like you'd say this is the nicest house party I was ever on.
Well, it is. I like being married.
Me too.
Her most infamous relationship was with Johnny Stato, a notorious mafia boss. Turner's personal life was a roller coaster of 7 marriages, each adding another layer to her reputation as a woman constantly seeking love and passion. She was known for dating younger men, making her personal life a constant source of news headlines. While many labeled her a sex addict, her story was far more complex. It was a journey of self-discovery and survival. But here's the twist. The most shocking moment came when her daughter, Cheryl Crane, resorted to violence to protect her mother. This incident highlighted the scary nature of Turner's relationships and the dangerous world she navigated. Beyond the scandals and marriages, Turner was a woman trying to find herself, fighting through personal challenges with remarkable resilience. Number 9, Joan Blondell. Joan Blondell, born 1906, was no ordinary Hollywood actress. She was a trendsetter who refused to be shut out by the traditional roles assigned to women in the industry.
You've got a swell chance to be a big noise around here. We can get Louis off with my idea. But I bet you're afraid.
Oh, yeah?
With her sharp intelligence and charming personality, Blondell carved out a unique space for herself during the 1930s and 1940s. Unlike many of her co-workers, Blondell wasn't afraid to live life on her terms. She married thrice and had numerous high-profile relationships, which often caught the media's attention. She embraced her sexuality openly and maintained relationships with power figures in the industry. Number 8. Lupe Velez. Have you ever wondered what happens when passion becomes too intense to control? Lupe Velez, often called the Mexican Spitfire, was a Hollywood actress with a personality as fiery as her works. She was known for her passionate relationships and dramatic love life, an actress so passionate that she reportedly once shot at her lover out of pure jealousy.
Control yourself.
I'm gonna cut off that beautiful profile of yours and throw it right back in your kisser. Now, wait a minute, Carmen, you can't do that. Oh, can't I? Well, just watch me. Look out, Lulu.
Her life was a roller coaster of intense romances and very high-profile relationships. She was romantically linked with big Hollywood stars like Gary Cooper and Charlie Chaplin. But behind the excitement, Lupe struggled with the pressures of fame and love.
I cannot bear it any longer. From now on, you're married to your business, and I hope you'll be very happy.
Thank you. Take the world off of your shoulder.
Her story tragically ended in 1944, showing how overwhelming life can kind of become when emotions run too high. Number 7. Claudia Cardinale. Have you ever wondered how an actress from a tiny town can become an international sensation? This is exactly the journey of Claudia Cardinale, an Italian actress who made a lasting impression in the 1950s and captured the hearts of movie fans around the world.
Tell Frank I want to negotiate with him. Personally.
Born in 1938 in Italy, Cardinale wasn't just a pretty face in Hollywood. She was a talented actress who brought some impact to every role she played. In the 1960s, all directors, including Vittorio De Sican and Sergio Leone, were lured by beauty. Her breakthrough came in films like Otto e Mezzo and C'era una volta il West. Breaking into international cinema wasn't a piece of cake, and she faced sexual criticism from those who were jealous of her rising success. Yet those critics didn't stop her. She shined, proving that her talent had no boundaries. If you think it is, then we have more amazing females down the lane for you, like number 6, Elizabeth Taylor. Do you think that a single woman's romantic journey can redefine Hollywood's understanding of true love? She was born on February 27, 1932. Taylor's life read like an epic screenplay filled with passion, drama, and romantic relationships. Her most famous love story centered around Richard Burton.
You come here then running over with wine and self-pity to conquer Caesar.
So long now. You filled my life.
A romance that captivated global audiences and challenged traditional marriage norms. Meeting on the movie set of Cleopatra, Taylor and Burton's relationship burned intensely. Their connection was a symbol of passionate, chaotic love. Taylor wasn't just known for one relationship, but she was married 8 times to 7 different men, each marriage adding another layer to her complicated personal narrative. Her romantic life wasn't just about quantity, but about deep, transformative experiences. She moved from marriage to marriage with a boldness that challenged society. Relationships with Eddie Fisher and Nikki Hilton further cemented her reputation as a woman who lived life on her own terms. Number 5, Mae West. Meet Mae West, a legendary actress and playwright.
The men of my country go wild about women with yellow hair.
I'm glad you told me. I want to keep straight on my geography.
But how did she become such a groundbreaking figure? In the 1930s, a time when women were expected to be quiet and modest, Mae West was anything but ordinary. She burst onto the scene with her bold personality and sharp wit, becoming popular not only for her performances, but for her sexual relationships as well. Her 1933 film, She Done Him Wrong, showcased her unique talent and charisma. She wrote her own plays and movies, creating characters that were super strong, independent, and unapologetically themselves. When Mae West passed away in 1980, she left behind a legacy of breaking walls and challenging societal norms. She showed the world that women could be powerful, funny, and completely in control of their own stories. Number 4, Greta Garbo. Well, ever met someone so mysterious that people can't stop talking about them? Yes, that mysterious one is Greta Garbo. Born in 1905, was like a puzzle that nobody could ever completely solve. While other Hollywood stars loved the spotlight, she craved privacy. She wasn't just an actress, but she was an artist who turned mystery into an art form. Her love life was super intriguing. People would whisper and guess about her relationships, wondering about her connections with co-stars and fellow actors. Was she interested in men? Women? Nobody knew for sure, and that made her even more fascinating. The movie studio MGM worked hard to keep her image perfect, which meant hiding any personal detail that might cause controversy. Number 3, Veronica Lake. Veronica Lake, born in Brooklyn in 1922, had a famous peekaboo hairstyle. With pretty eyes and a magnetic screen presence, she quickly became one of the most popular actresses in the 1940s. Her roles ranged from strong women to mysterious lovers, leaving audiences amazed. Lake's journey was marked by failed marriages and a struggle with alcoholism. Her relationships with powerful men in the film industry, while initially exciting, ultimately contributed to her career's decline. The very charm and beauty that launched her to stardom became the catalyst for her downfall. Number 2, Tallulah Bankhead. What would you do if the whole world told you to be someone you're not? Meet Tallulah Bankhead, the queen of breaking every single rule. In a time when people were supposed to stay quiet and follow the crowd, she was super loud, proud, and completely herself.
Listen, how come you know the lingo so well? And how come when I climbed into this lifeboat, you were the only one in it, all dressed up like you knew you were going someplace?
I was going someplace. I was going into a lifeboat. What is this?
Just think of being brave enough to be openly bisexual when most people were too scared to even talk about it. She hung out with amazing people like Gary Cooper and Billie Holiday, and she wasn't afraid of anything, whether it was men, women, booze, or drugs. Her famous quote, "My father warned me about men and booze, but he never said a word about women and cocaine." Can you believe someone would say that back then? She was like a superhero being herself. Number 1, Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman was a talented actress known for her elegance and on-screen purity, but behind the scenes, she was a woman with wild emotions and courage.
I was down on my knees asking his forgiveness because I asked him to marry me. On my knees! How dare he make love to me and not be a married man?
And here comes the twist. In the late 1940s, Bergman made a decision that shocked the American industry. She fell in love with Italian director Roberto Rossellini while already married to a Swedish doctor. Their relationship was more than just a scandalous affair. It was a bold statement about love. When Bergman gave birth to an illegitimate child, the public reaction was super harsh. The U.S. Senate even criticized her, calling her an instrument of evil. But Bergman wasn't discouraged. She believed true love surpassed social norms and was willing to face tremendous criticism to pursue her heart's desire. That's a wrap, folks. Hope you have enjoyed this. And did your favorite star make it to the list? Or do you have someone else in mind who deserves an honorary mention? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more jaw-dropping stories from Hollywood's past. and present. And if you're itching for more drama, check out our previous video. It's seriously the one you won't want to miss. Until next time, stay curious, stay scandalous, and keep the conversation going.